Hey, happy Friday, you guys. So it's my first Friday live of the season. If you're new around here, I am Gina. I blog at desperatelyseekinggina.com, and I'm here on Facebook and the Instagram and Twitter. You can find me all over at Desperately Seeking Gina. So yeah, I meant to start back in January doing my Friday 5 lives again, but I just got really busy with the end of my my job. Sorry, my nose is itching really bad. Hey, Georgianne. So say hi when you come on in and let me know where you're from. And if you're watching on replay, thank you so much. So my goal for this year is to come on every Friday and do Friday 5 Live. So hold me to it, you guys, okay? Help me do better making video, because video is one of my goals for the year. So every Friday 5 Live, usually they're pretty silly. I'm talking about silly topics, or I'm talking about 5 current events, or 5 things that are happening in my life right now, which is pretty much what tonight's Friday 5 Live is going to be. So let's jump right into it. If you guys have questions, or you have comments, or you want to join in the conversation, type them right down there in the comments. I'd love for this to be a conversation. So, and also I'd love it if you shared this with anybody who you think would enjoy it. Thank you. So, did you notice the title of the Friday 5 Live this week? It's called It's All Your Beeswax. Hey, Alicia. Thanks for joining in. It's nice to see you. So, It's All Your Beeswax. I was trying to think of a clever title. I just didn't want to put Friday 5 Live on, so I thought about how people say it's none of your beeswax. And then I thought, well, it is all of your beeswax. And then I got to thinking, where does that saying come from? Do you guys ever think about things like that? Like, it's none of your beeswax. He's the bee's knees. The birds and the bees, things like that. So, of course, I had to Wikipedia it. And it's... so my number 1 for this week is that none of your beeswax came from 1920s or 1930s slang for, of course, it's none of your business. So I just thought that was pretty funny. And since my Friday 5 Lives and Desperately Seeking Gina is about connecting with you, I thought that this would be a good title. It's all of your beeswax, because it is your business. And I'm glad you're here. So number 2, so I'm reading. I challenged myself this year to read more. I have more time at home, which we'll discuss later in number 5. Reading. I didn't do a lot last year. I have a ton of books on my to-read list waiting to be read, and I think that I might schedule reading time this year. Actually put it on the calendar to make myself read more. And I also wanted to read different genres, because I usually like stick to the same kind of books all the time, usually chick lit or something like that. I love food mystery books, like from Joanna Fluke and Diane Mott Davidson. But I wanted to try to read something a little different this year. So I decided to, hey Bev, how are you? It's nice to see you. Right now I'm talking about reading, and so I wanted to choose something a little out of my normal genre that I usually read. So I'm reading Stephen King, and I'm reading Needful things. So I picked Stephen King for a couple of different reasons. I like the kind of suspense, drama, mystery sort of tone to his writing. And also, I've been thinking about my friend Amy a lot lately. She died a few years ago. We were really good friends in high school. Hey Mom, thanks for joining in. But I've been thinking about my friend Amy, and she was, if I'm remembering correctly, she was a big Stephen King fan. So I kind of felt like I wanted to read something that she would have enjoyed reading, and I think that she probably enjoyed this. I don't know when the book was published. Let me look here. I saw that the movie came out in 1993, which is the year we graduated high school. And this was published in 1991. So I'm pretty sure that my friend Amy probably read this book. So I really kind of feel like I'm kind of reconnecting with her, sort of. I don't know if that makes any sense or if that's just completely ridiculous, but I just thought that I would read something that was out of my genre, that something that my friend would have picked and would have liked. And it's good so far. I picked it up last week, but I just started reading it today, and I read 5 or 6 chapters. So that's what I'm currently reading. Alicia said I should read the Dark Towers series. I will look that up. Thanks for the recommendation. If you guys have like recommendations, put them in the comments too, because I'm open to reading a bunch of different stuff. So what's number 3 on my list? So let's talk about television. I've probably been watching too much television lately, but I thought I would share with you what I've been watching. So Tom and I watched together Peaky Blinders. I think it has 4 seasons on Netflix now. 3 or 4, I can't remember. But it's kind of like the Irish mob in the 1920s and 30s. I just really like it. It's got good acting, good cast. They're not Irish, are they? Are they in, I don't think it's... They're an Irish family, but I think they're in London. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Greer. I have my phone, I have it rubber banded, so I can't read all of it. Green Rider as well, fantasy genre. Georgianne says, I've always wanted to watch Peaky Blinders. I think that you would really enjoy it. I think they're an Irish family, but they're in London. Or maybe it's just an Irish actor. I can't remember. It's just a really good show. We really liked it. But there are not a lot of episodes either, so you could definitely watch it all in one weekend if you have a lot of time. There's like 6 episodes, so it doesn't take long at all. So something else, I really love Grace and Frankie. I don't know if you guys have seen that show on Netflix, but it's Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, and I just love the writing. It has really strong, humorous writing for 2 older female leads, and I just think it's hilarious. And their business on the show is hilarious. I'm not going to give it away because it's funny, and you should watch it. But really like Grace and Frankie. And shout out to my friend Melanie for turning me on to that. We are constantly texting back and forth quotes from the show because it's so funny. So Grace and Frankie, Peaky Blinders. What else am I watching? Oh, back in September I watched a show on Amazon Prime called Alias Grace, and that was a really, really good show. It was kind of crime, murder, suspense. It's based on a book written by Margaret Atwood, and it's based on real life events in the 19th century. So it's about a maid who was accused and convicted of murdering her employer and his housekeeper. And the whole series, I think there's only 6 episodes in that one too. But the whole series is about whether or not she really did it or not. So, and I think that's like a one-off season. I think that's just going to be it for that. So that was a good show. What else? So have I been crying? No, my eyes are just dark. I always have dark circles. Just part of my face. Yes, the Marvelous Mrs Maisel. Is that what that show is? Watched that. Loved it. It's by the same creator of Gilmore Girls. Amy Sherwood, is that her name? Love the writing on that show. I really like it. She writes really fast, talking, like, just like one-liners that just keep coming. So I really like that fast-moving dialogue. And it's just really funny. She's a comedian on the show. And great writing. Love that show. Yes, Alicia. Agreed. Great one. So I started The Crown and I started Stranger Things. So loved Stranger Things, season 1. Watched it, like, I know I probably binge watched it all weekend and watched it really fast. The second season I just can't get into. I'm still on like episode 3, I think. I haven't gone back to it yet. But I'm going to try to finish that. So I don't know if I will. And the same with The Crown. I watched The Crown and loved it, the first season, but the second season I'm having a hard time getting through. And I don't know, maybe it's because I have a lot more going on this winter than I did last winter, and I was more into television watching last winter. But I can't focus on it really. So, what else? Haven't watched the second season. I just don't think this is good. Georgianne says she hasn't watched the second season yet. Couldn't get into The Crown, Alicia says. Yeah, you know, well, they're British, so the writing is a little bit more stiff. It's kind of very slow, but I do love stories about the monarchy. So I love historical fiction with anything to do with British royalty. So I like the show a lot, and I think it's well written. I like the storylines, but I just can't get into the second season for some reason. So you guys, I'm drinking tonight coffee, Godiva, hazelnut. It's really good. Let's see. Alicia says Home Fires on Amazon Prime. We'll check that out. I haven't heard of that. Okay, so that's what I'm watching. Oh, I started, I think it's on Prime. I started Good Girls Revolt on Amazon, and I love it. It's about, I think it's loosely based on Newsweek in the 1960s, the magazine. And it's called, in the show, it's called News of the Week. But the first show, I was really excited because there was an actress playing Nora Ephron. So I thought, wow, this is going to be awesome. Nora Ephron's going to be in the whole series. But I don't, I just watched one episode, but I looked it up. I Googled it. And I don't think she's going to be in the whole series. But how awesome would that be, a series about Nora Ephron be? I would love that. So I started that, and it was kind of slow, but it was good. So it reminded me of Mad Men, both set in the 60s. So we really liked Mad Men, and so I think I'll probably keep watching it. Let's see. Yes, but only one series. Only one season? Is that what you mean, Alicia? What else? I can't remember what I was going to talk about number 4. I don't know. I'll just make it up. I've been blogging more. I don't know if you guys have checked out the blog, but I've been blogging. I'm into Valentine's Day right now. I had a lot of fun. My mom helped me. Well, my mom cleaned my craft room for me. And, oh, season 3, Good Girls. Got it. Season of Good Girls. Oh, okay. Only one season. Got it. So, my mom cleaned my craft room for me, and that means that I am able to craft more. So I've been posting more. If you haven't seen on the blog, I revived my Pin It and Spin It challenge. So it's a challenge for myself and you guys, if you would like to join, to put your pins to use. So actually do some pins. You know, it doesn't have to be a craft. It could be cooking. It could be a practice you're putting in. I personally, I pin a lot of inspirational quotes and self-care stuff now, and like daily routines, planners, planner stuff, things like that. Georgia says, you have been blogging and I love it. It's inspiring. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. She also says, I made 2 pins today. Take a picture. Upload it to my Pin It and Spin It board. I would love that. I want to see what you guys are making. So if you go to my Pinterest board, and I think I'm GK and UPP there, GK Nup. You can find my Pin It and Spin It board and request to join. Or if you just want to message me your email address, I will send you an invite to the board, and then you can upload your pins to the board so everybody can see what you're making. So I've been doing that. I've been doing pins. I've been making pins. And I don't know, I feel more inspired to blog lately, so I'm going to try to keep that up. So, my number 5 thing, there's no such thing as a silly casserole. Take a picture with your phone and let me ogle your casserole. I love casseroles. They're so good. What else? Okay, so the 5th thing I wanted to talk about is a big life event. Of course, if you saw my post earlier today on my Facebook page, or if we're personal friends on Facebook, you already know, and I haven't really talked a whole lot about it. But I am focusing this year on my business, Seek Creative, and you can find me on Facebook. But I left my full-time job in order to pursue Seek Creative. I'm going to work probably at the max just 2 days a month, so that I can kind of keep my foot in the door, because I do love that job, but I just feel called to do something more creative with my life at this point in my life. So I'm going to follow that feeling, and I'm taking this year to do it. So Seek Creative, it's a virtual assistant social media management business. I love helping bloggers and small business owners free up their time so that they can do their thing by managing their social media, writing blog posts, anything social media related. But this year, I am working on expanding Seek Creative into other areas of creativity. I want to make food videos, so I bought a DSLR. I'm going to learn how to make videos, tasty like videos. I want to be a storyteller through video. So I've been uploading videos to my YouTube channel as a practice. Hey Tracy, thanks for joining in. Georgianne says, I'm so excited for you. Thank you so much. I'm really nervous about it, but I feel good. I feel that I could do well. I'm loving being challenged. That is one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to do something different at this point in my life, because I want to feel challenged. I was starting to feel bored and complacent in my job. I love being the go-to person. I love being the person who has the answers. And I was that in my job, but it was getting boring, and I didn't feel challenged. Georgianne says, what's your YouTube channel? So I can just subscribe. youtube.com/Gina Nuppenberg. Okay, so just my full name. It's also called Desperately Seeking Gina, but my URL is youtube.com/Gina Nuppenberg. So I would love it if you would take a look. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. My phone is crazy. I know that feeling. My phone has been acting crazy all day. I was trying to do client work earlier, and I went to post a story on my personal Instagram, and I was logged in. I could see it on the bottom that I was logged into my account. It posted to one of my clients' accounts. How crazy and embarrassing is that? I mean, it wasn't anything embarrassing because I'm not going to post embarrassing stuff on Instagram, but it totally didn't make sense on their account. And then I went to post a photo on another client's account, and it somehow had logged me out of the account and wouldn't even let me back in. Instagram's just been so crazy lately. And I started to panic a little bit because I couldn't log in, and I had to post. But So anyway, so back to Seek Creative. So I want to branch out. I want to do video. I really would like to get into wedding crafting. I would like to, I have a little paper shop on my blog that I've never really advertised or anything. I've just got some like punched paper, some pretty papers punched for journaling and things like that. I'll show you some examples. So I've got just like little tabs like this, paper punches, and you fold them over. And you can use them for like Bible journaling, journals, planners, things like that, little tabs just to mark your places. So I have that little shop on my blog, and I've had it there a couple years, but I've never really advertised it as a shop. So I want to add some wedding themed items, paper goods, things like that. So I want to do wedding crafting. I want Seek Creative to be something bigger than just social media. I want to be a party planner. I want to be a wedding planner. I want to be a maker. So this year I hope to evolve Seek Creative into something much bigger than just social media. So of course I'm still going to do social media because I love it. And I'm taking clients now. I was booked up through the new year. Because I was working part-time at TJ, and then with all my clients that I had booked through January, I was a little bit overloaded, and I actually had to turn away some people, but I am sending out emails this week to those people and hoping to bring them on and taking more clients starting now. So if you know somebody that is looking for somebody to do their social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, I just took on a ghostwriting client, so I'll be writing blog posts, all sorts of things. So I'm loving it, and I'm loving the clients that I'm working with right now. I really love the people that I'm working with. I think it's really important that I build a relationship with the people that I'm working with so that I can understand, write in their voice, deliver the goods that they're wanting in a really good way. So if I feel good about working with somebody, that's the best thing. If I don't feel good about working with somebody, I would feel better making other arrangements, to put it nicely. So yeah, I really want to work with people that we're on the same wavelength, that I really can get to know so that I can write in their voice. Yeah, so that's what my year is all about. I'm really nervous. I'm excited more though, and I can't wait to see what this year has in store for me. So I also want to be of service to you guys through this this page. I want to talk about creativity. I want to talk about arts and crafts, things that you have questions on. I want to help you solve those problems. So I would love for you to start a conversation on the page and ask me questions. Let me help you figure things out. So that's what I'm doing with my personal blog. I think it's really confusing for a lot of people having, my personal Facebook, my personal blog page, and the business blog page, but I feel really good about keeping those separate because those are different areas of my life. But I think it's a good deal, and I think I can juggle them all. So, hi Diana, thanks for joining in. I'm just talking about Friday 5 this week is some randomness, current events, what's happening. I titled it, It's All Your Beeswax, because I was thinking about bees and the saying, none of your beeswax, which was a more polite way of saying it's none of your business, because this is all your business. So it's all your beeswax. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back next week with another edition of Friday 5 Live. If you guys have topics that you would love to discuss for Friday 5, leave them in the comments below. and we'll see what we can talk about next week and every Friday afterward. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on replay, don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me where you're watching from. I love comments and I will respond to them after the video is over. So have a great Friday, you guys. Enjoy the weekend. If you're watching the big game, I hope your team wins and that you get to eat lots of yummy food. I'll see you guys around the web.